So what we will be doing today is taking this puny little useless circuit and making it into a beast of a circuit. Really the basis of it. It's self-oscillating, which makes it very easy to use, but it's also very low powered. 9 volts in a 2222A transistor can really only take 9 volts and it still gets very hot. You might be able to light up a fluorescent lamp, but definitely no arcs. So my circuit is basically the exact same thing. All it uses is a stronger transistor. But the other thing I've included is the variable resistor, because it just helps with that fine tuning to get it to oscillate correctly. Now this LED is not necessary, but it does help with the problem solving. So, what you'll be needing is a breadboard, some cables, a potentiometer, an LED, two 2 kilo ohm resistors, and a transistor, and your breadboard. You'll also be needing your Tesla coil and a power supply. Now, just for our convenience, I have printed out the circuit. So, let's begin. Now, at this point, I insist you to put a heatsink on your transistor because this will produce a lot of heat while you're tuning, and mistakes might happen that you wouldn't want to kill it. So, first off, let's get our LED. Make sure which side is the long end and which side is the short end. Short, negative, long, positive. In this case, we're just going to first place this in here. So, short and negative, long and on the other side. Now, my transistor goes base, collector, emitter. Same, and over here, as you can see, base, collector, emitter. At the base, there's a LED. So we'll just pop that on here. There we go. Now, at the back here, there's a LED connected to our base. Now we can take our potentiometer. But before we put that in, we must first get our 2 resistors. Now these will also be going to our base here, from positive. Therefore, you put one at the base, like so, and take the other one and put in series with this one. Now your potentiometer has 3 pins. We'll be connecting one to this pin, and then our positive line to the middle pin. Voila. Resistor is connected to the first pin to the right. Now we will take a wire plug it in to the center pin, and we will connect it to positive. Now next step is the emitter, which is my last pin, which would go straight to ground. Now all you have left is the center pin, in my case the collector, which just goes to the primary coil of our Tesla coil. In my Tesla coil, I got 6 windings at the bottom of my primary and about 700 of my secondary. So we'll plug one end here to the center. So this one's wire of my primary, second wire of my primary, and one goes into the transistor. And the second one, as we can see, just goes to positive. Now this is for my secondary winding. As we can see here, the secondary coil just goes to the base of the transistor. Well, now you're basically done. Here are the leads to my power supply, which I will be connecting positive here. And I'll leave the negative unconnected because I don't have a button yet. Now, if you noticed, I did in fact connect the LED and the secondary coil at the back here, which we'll be needing to connect now. Now, you power up on your power supply. Now, When you plug it in, voila! Makes lights, but I'm sure you've seen that from other coils. But can it do that? But this little coil can make an arc. Let's see if we can get that. Look at that. Very cute little arc, if I would say so myself. Watch out, because this arc can still be very dangerous. But voila! There it is. A miniature Tesla coil. Light. Now, if you didn't get working on the first try, there can be quite a few things that can go wrong. First of all, with your primary coil, try and change the polarities. Just pull out the wires and swap them around. So this one was connected to the base, and you just swap them around. The other thing is that you just have to play around with your potentiometer. You just have to get to that point. The best thing you can do is always just test it with a fluorescent lamp. If you start getting a glow, well done. Now you just have to get an arc. Another thing can be is your power supply. I think I went a bit over the top with this power supply. It's a 24 volt 6.3 amp power supply. A bit over the top, I think. But gets the job done. The other thing it can be is your transistor. You might be using a too high power transistor, so it takes too much power to trigger the base. But it also might be too low power. Make sure you keep track of the temperature. Now, just a warning. Every part on this thing can hurt you. The arc here the arc at the top of the Tesla coil is very hot. That's why it can burn paper. This becomes high voltage. This becomes high voltage. You will most probably shock yourself on everything that's here. And mainly watch out for your power supply, which normally has a higher amperage, like mine. 6.3 amps, not that high, but it'll give you a bad shock. Preferably with this, rather use a screwdriver with the insulation on it, which you can easily turn and just get the perfect resonance frequency. So, on my next video, I'll be showing on how to make this into a musical Tesla coil. Another thing you can also do is, if it doesn't work, just restart. Just take the entire thing apart, because you know what? I find out that's the best way to fix it. You just start fresh and try again. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to see the musical Tesla coil. And subscribe for more simple yet amazing things you can do with electricity. Leave a like if you made it this far, or if you leave a like if you made the Tesla coil. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.